Okay, it's time for today's CSS Battle. Let's see how we get on. What have we got? Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Uh, okay. Let's start with base template. I think could do this as maybe 4 elements. Let's do it as 4 elements. Let's start with the top. Also make the body background into this colour. And then the first P, we will do a height of probably 80. Temporarily we'll make the background red. We're also going to start with a margin of 0. That gets us that. Then we're going to do a linear gradient at 90 degrees. Yeah, that's 80. Pixels, and then transparent, and we're going to make it 320 pixels wide, so 0, 0, 320. Can we get away with just 1 0? Yes, we can. Now, because we probably want to reuse this, let's do H is 80, this can be var can't do it just like that, so we've got to do calc. Now let's just do that and then change this to 80 pixels. Why is that? Why is that not working? If I change this back to 80 pixels, does it work? Yeah. So why doesn't it work if I do? Okay. Because it's not taking it right, okay. And then width. Actually, let's make H and S instead. And then we can do that, and that, and var W. Okay, cool. Then we do a plus P. the second one? 80. $160, so that's still an 80 by 80. That's nice to know. So let's temporarily make this background red so that we can see where it will go. Now then, that's probably 40 in. So can I do it? So let's make an X offset of 0. We can just get away with doing that for this time. Get rid of that. So that would do that. Now then, we want X to be 40 pixels. And we want W to be 80 off of 322, 40 pixels. And that's those two lined up. Then we want another P. Now then that needs a size, which is going to be, I reckon, 160, 200, yeah, 40. X is going to be 70 pixels maybe? Nope, bigger than that. 90, not 900. 90, nope, 100. 100 looks right. And a width of 200 pixels. 160. 160 looks right. And then we only have one more P. Now then, our final P. We go 20 pixels. Background. That red. And margin 0 and 120. 140. Then that looks good. That looks good. Let's submit. Now let's take out that lot and minify, unit replace, and nearly everything got unit replaced, so that was nice. And submit. Is there a better way we could have done that? Could just do the four elements and then use box shadows on them. So let's try that next. Get rid of all of this. Relieve the margin of 0 there. Right, for 80. Width of 80. In fact, if we're going to do that, we'll do size 80. We do a margin of 0 on that one. We do the background of this colour. We do a box shadow of 320 0. I think we've got to have pixels 0. We also set the colour to that red. Okay, then we do a plus P. We will make this var O. Then the second one, we do O of 40 pixels. We do M40. Then we do the third one. S40 M of 100. That gets us that one. We also need an O of 180. Oh, too many. 160. And then I wonder if you can do this. Because then we can do the last P, set its width to 140, 260, 120. Shadow of none. A margin of 140. A size of 20. Okay, cool. That should be another 100%. That is indeed another 100%. Minify it. Unit replace, there shouldn't be many. Hit submit. Not quite as good. Let's get rid of that space. I think I can get rid of. You can get rid of that semicolon. Still not as good as the original, but what else can we do? If we worked from bottom to top, would that save us from doing some things? It might do. So let's just get that like that. Let's take all of this out again. Let's start at the bottom. So we're not going to define an S to start off with. Height we're going to make 20. Width we're going to make 120. Is that right? 260, 140. So yes, 120. Then margin. We're going to make 200 and 140, and background is going to be this color. Why is that not showing up? Oh, because I need should get us that in the right place. Then margin we want to be calc var h times -1. Now why has that ended up there? 200, 140. Then we're setting the bottom margin to go back upwards. Let's just take out the other three temporarily, just so that we... Now why has that ended up there? 20 times minus. So that would go up 20. But that really should... If I take that out, then it goes into the right place. It should only be the bottom margin, so why is it doing that? That doesn't make sense. That's the top margin. That's left and right. And that's the bottom margin. But it looks like that. Okay, right, whatever. We will make that into pixels for... Okay. Otherwise it gets confused. Right, okay. And then second one. Make that times 2, no, times 1. Then we actually make its default as 0. Actually, we don't need to, because all we do is go like that. That's what I thought. Right, twice the height will go up. Okay, yeah. Now then. This time the size is 40. Okay, let's make that 1. Then let's make O is calc var S times -1 pixel. Well, alright. We'll make that var L for left. Take out the background red. We're actually going to set colour to this as well. Then we're going to set pop a shadow. Now from the left we want calc var L times 2 400 minus pixels zero offset 400 pixels minus L would be 100 200. Oh, hang on, 400 200. Why is my calc not working? Let's just test this instead with 160 pixels 0. Now then, 160, 400 minus 200 minus size. So this should be a calc of var L times 2 pixels (400 pixels) minus var L times 2 pixels 3 2 L's, and then minus var S times 1 pixel. Oh, beautiful. Okay, that's a bit of a messy calc, but let's see how, no, we can't get rid of those spaces there, but never mind. Okay, then we go for the third P, and we hope that all our calculations are good. Its size is going to be 80. That looks good. And its left is going to be 40. That looks good. I've got no idea where the fourth one's just gone. that's left is going to be 0, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Where have you gone? Okay, that's gone way, way, way higher than it should have done. Right, what have we got wrong here? So that's taking... Oh, okay. We're going to make the offset var s calc var s times -1. Pixel. Two is too much, one would be right. Now why would that work for everything? That bit should line it up. Let's do background red. It's default. Would have been 200, but we're overriding that. And we're doing height, which is 20. If I make that -2 and make that 2, 1. Right, that's got to be -1. Now then, the height. Height is S. Or 20, so that should then get there. Let's make that a H. And let's make that a H. No, leave that as an S. Now, I'm not sure why. And it's going to, but default. How about if I make this a 0 instead of what it currently is? should be var calc var h times -1 pixel. Why does it suddenly work at 3? It should work at 2. Let's just temporarily take out everything but the first two. Let's make that -40, 50, 60. Why 3 times? Why? Especially as that. var s. Right, so 0, 20 would. If I make that 0, that should just. If I set this to 0, right, that then goes there. Now then, if we do minus the height, that would set the top to where that is. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. Okay, so make that 0, we make this offset P20, then we make the offset calc var s plus var p and then times that all by -1 pixel. Then here we can do P40 and P80. Then if we bring these back in, everything lines up, and then we can get rid of this. It's a bit ugly, but it does work. Let's take out all of that. This is definitely going to be longer than my other solutions, so minify, unit replace, and submit. Ooh, that went horribly wrong, didn't it? That's because it's taken out that space. I think I can actually put that like that. Well, that's certainly 3 different solutions, and our best was the first, which is kind of how these things go these days. Let's load that back in. Is there anything that we could have done to make this? Still 4 elements. Let's do one where we only use background elements. Actually, let's use it as nested. 0 from the top, 0 from the side, 120 from the bottom, 0 from the 100, no, 80. Okay. We also change this background to that colour. And then we start with a conic gradient 80 at 80 pixels, 80 pixels. Transparent for 75%. Then that. And then we want the offset to be 0. And the width to be 320. That gets the top 2. We take that conic gradient. We leave it like that. We shift it in 40 pixels. We shift it down 80 pixels. And we make it 240 wide. Okay, what's going on? Why have I lost the top one? Oh really? Why have I oh, because that should have been a comma. We take this again. This time we're at 40 pixels, 40 pixels. We're in 80 pixels and down 160 pixels. Oh, it's actually 100 pixels. And then we are 260 wide. That's 3 out of 4. Then we have one more, conic gradient at how wide is this? 120. And 20 pixels, transparent for 75%. Then this color, we move it in 140 pixels, move it down 200 pixels, and we make it 120 pixels wide. And we remember to put the color stop on. And okay, where have we gone wrong? Oh no, not 120. How about 240 pixels? See, that's problematic. 260? 260 looks good. What happens if I actually just make that 100%? Okay, I'm slightly worried that this might actually be shorter than the element solution, but hey, whatever. Here's 100%. Let's minify, unit replace. Oh, it's not. It might be if I can factor out various bits of the gradient. So let's do -C. And we're just going to take out those two. Just like that. Then we're going to do var C. C. Is there anything else that we could take out? I don't think so. Let's take out that and that. Just check that we're still at 100%. Minify, unit replace. Still just slightly longer. Why have I got? Why would I just do that? Actually, do I need? I don't think I need the nesting at all. So let's get rid of that. Okay, why? Why is my background gone? Because I need to take that, splat it there maybe, and then we can take that out. And we're purely conic gradients on the background. I think I can actually get to that space as well. Okay, and hit submit. And that is a better score. Are there any other things that we could do with this? See, that's 120 pixels. That's 20 pixels. Can we change that to 1% maybe? No. No, you can't. Okay. And there I shall stop. It's not a great score, but it's not bad. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.